What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bobcat Dynasty on NCAA Football 06. And today we've got the offseason going into the 2013 season, year 9 of the series. And this is an offseason where we've just got to go all in and you try to win a championship. As we saw, USC dominated Florida State in the national title game this year. And you know what? That might be a little bit of a lofty goal, but we only have so much time with Larry Stevens at quarterback. This next season potentially could be his last if he goes on to the NFL, especially if he has a big year. So let's make the most out of it. Let's win a Heisman. Let's win a national championship. Let's go undefeated. Let's do this thing. Yeah, we're going to change the school budget around just a little bit. We haven't had too many discipline issues in recent years, so hopefully that won't go up. Get the training to go up a little bit and the recruiting. No Bobcats going to the NFL this year, but we are going to be losing some key players on our team, starting with William Jackson, another linebacker, impact player. Fantastic final year for him. He racked up a total of 13 sacks. He only had 2 years really where he started for us, but when he did, he was a great force on the field. We're going to be missing Chris Bonner and Tim Hughes. Both players played great. Chris White, good offensive lineman. Our offensive line hasn't actually been that good, but he's an 80 overall. Another corner, Blake Allen, who basically did nothing in all his time with us, but he was there. Thomas Spicer, very underrated safety, even though he was only 60-something. He ultimately got up to a 70 overall. He played good. Chris Horgan was a guy there. Same goes for Cameron Franklin. Oh, would you look at that? We already have our first new player. Of course, it's a transfer, so he won't be able to play his first year. But we got Mr. Hayes, a free safety from Oregon. I will gladly accept your transfer. Look at that. After just 1 week, we already have a commit. I don't think that's happened to me in this series so far. We got the middle linebacker, Jesse Schroeder. I'm going to have to learn to pronounce his name because he looks like he's going to be pretty good. Hey, let's go. Another week, another commit. Larry Johnson. No, not the one you're thinking of. This guy's a defensive end from Columbia Falls. Dang, all right. How about 2 more recruits? We got a 4-star defensive end, Mike Long, and a middle linebacker in Ryan Nugent. Holy cow, what a week of commits here for week 5 now. We got another middle linebacker with Darren Perry. Then we got Cole Hurd at cornerback, another cornerback in Kevin Ortiz. Then we got an athlete in Cameron Waiter, and then Scott Culliner. We got a quarterback in Terrence Davis, and then another punter in Terrell Young. Okay, so just recapping what we did during the recruiting period. We got a lot of middle linebackers, starting with Jesse Schroeder. Once again, I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce his name. 4-star linebacker. That's not where we stopped, though. We got another 4-star linebacker in Darren Perry. We tried going after this cornerback, David Stanford, but he ends up going to USC. Of course, we got Eddie Finder in the in-season recruiting. We didn't get this middle linebacker. He went to Wisconsin. That's fine. Mike Long, pretty good defensive end, 4 stars there. Then we go down to the 3 stars. We got Ryan Nugent, another middle linebacker. Tried going after this guard, but there were no offensive linemen interested in coming to MSU. So unfortunately, even though it's our biggest need, we didn't get any. Parrish Cook, cornerback, he's not going here. We did get another corner, though, in Kevin Ortiz, and another corner in Nicole Hurd. Couldn't get this outside linebacker. We got an athlete, though. This tackle had no interest in going to Montana State. This athlete's going to Northern Arizona. We got Larry Johnson, a defensive end. And this free safety, I really thought we were going to get. Kind of bummed we didn't get him, but he was only a 2-star. And then we got a backup quarterback with Terrence Davis, a punter, and a strong safety. Looking at the athlete we were able to recruit, just looking at some of the positions we could put him at, he could make a decent quarterback at a 72 overall. He has a solid arm. His accuracy isn't really there, though. Unfortunately, he's not playing on the offensive line. He could play on the defensive line or maybe at a linebacker position, as you see there. He's a 76 at corner, though, and a 78 at free or strong safety, which is probably our biggest position of need on defense, so we're going to be putting him back there. We've got ourselves some training results now. Shannon McBride got some much needed improvement. He goes from a 72 to a 78. Hopefully that will help our offensive line. Our fullback went up 4 points. Mario Harris is up to an 84. Vince Robinson as well. Our other fullback's up to an 80. Maybe we should start using him. I don't know. Another offensive lineman up to a 78. Paul Ridgway's up to a 76. Cedric Davidson a 74. Another offensive lineman improving. Anthony Ross up to a 74. Tyron Manigat, Boyd, Kraft, Otis Minor. Marcus Kirkpatrick is a 95 overall. This guy's going to have a monster senior season. Dante Washington, 92. I have actually some high hopes now for our offensive line. Justin Moore, 85 overall. Chris Joseph goes up 3 points. David Thomas, right guard, he's up to a 68, which isn't great. Harrison, it went up. Jones, Barrett. Aaron Martin goes up 3 points. That's nice to see there. Larry Stevens, he's up to a 91 overall. James Green going into his senior season at an 89 overall. Brock Eugene goes up 2 points. Larry Lane up to an 80. Nick Brown, 78 for him. Guy Gore up to a 78. Martin Anderson at a 76. Same goes for Jason McMillan. Ben Collins goes up 2 points. Pat Hadley does as well. And that'll do it for improvement. Okay, here's our depth chart now going into year 9. Of course, starting quarterback will be Larry Stevens. James Barrett will be backing him up in his senior season now. Lee Mullins, third string. Vince Robinson will be the starting running back. Brad Boyd has a very similar skill set, so he'll be backing him up. But Tyrone Manigat will definitely be getting some carries. Fullbacks, Will Johnson and then Manny Phillips in that order. Curtis Brown, Larry Lane, and Martin Anderson are going to be your starting receivers, with Aaron Martin and Paul Washington backing them up. Ben Collins will once again be the starting tight end. At left tackle, you got Shannon McBride. Left guard, Guy Gore. At center, Dante Washington, our best offensive lineman. David Pope on the right side there, along with Justin Moore. Jumping to the defense, Pat Hadley will be starting for us. We're going to be redshirting some of the pass rushers that we got in the offseason, just so, you know, we can have them more so in the future. Mario Harris also will be starting at defensive end. Nick Brown at defensive tackle. Max Lloyd at left outside linebacker, and then middle linebacker. Oh my goodness, we have so many of them. Kirkpatrick, of course, will be the starter. And then Jesse will be backing him up. And then Jimmy Kent. There's also Perry. We got a ton of linebackers, middle linebackers, so we're definitely going to be redshirting a handful of them. James Green nearly at 90 overall on the right side there. Brock Eugene, the number 1 corner, followed by Brett Garrett, Kevin Ortiz, and Cole Hurd. Cameron Waiter, man, I'm pretty sure every time I've said his name, I've said it differently. I've got to figure out how to say it. But he will be the free safety for us. Anthony Ross, the strong safety. Jason McMillan, of course, will be kicking. And then Larry Burley will be punting. For redshirting players, we are going to start off with the quarterback we just acquired. Just because why not? He's a 4th string quarterback. We can afford to, try to get him to develop into something. Maybe. I don't know. I think we're going to redshirt both Mike Long and Larry Johnson. I think they both could be good, but it helps to have that development as much as I would want them on the field right now. It also helps that Pat Hadley and Mario Harris are still there to, play that position. It wasn't necessarily a position of need going into this season, but in the future, because both these guys are juniors right now, so getting Long and Johnson just kind of developing going into eventually year 10 and 11 and beyond. And with all of the middle linebackers we have, we're going to be redshirting these 3 that we just got recently. I mean, look how many we have. Like, we got middle linebackers coming out of our ears, so I think we can afford to redshirt some of them. Eddie Fine, he's only a 72 right now, so we're going to be redshirting him. Okay, so we're going to have a slight change at strong safety. Instead of Anthony Ross starting, I decided I'm going to redshirt him. I know he's coming off of a pretty good season, but I'm going to let Travis Kraft take over at strong safety and let Anthony Ross kind of just develop for a year. And then finally, we have 2 punters on the roster. We don't really need to, but, we got this one during the recruiting phase. So, why not just think about the future of the punting position. Here's how our schedule is looking for this upcoming season. Now we're going to start off at Michigan State, continuing the MSU versus MSU rivalry. Then our home opener will be against UAB in a little bit of a revenge game-ish because we played them in a bowl game a couple of years ago now. Then we're going to go to currently ranked number 23, Michigan State, before hosting Oregon State, and then jumping into the Big Sky Conference. And here's a quick look at the athletes I'm currently targeting for the upcoming in-season recruiting, and quarterback is going to be kind of a focus. This is going to be Larry Stevens' junior season. I've mentioned the possibility of him maybe moving on after this year if he puts up some good numbers. So the idea of getting a quarterback, has to kind of be there. So either Stevens sticks around for his senior season, which is great. We can redshirt a guy. Hopefully we can get one here. Or if not, they start as a freshman. So it's just good to, have quarterback in mind. There's two up there that I like. Also offensive line, of course, still a need. It's just cornerback I'm looking at, wide receiver, another tackle, a left guard, left tackle, another quarterback, a right guard, and two more QBs. But that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the offseason. If you did, it would be very much appreciated if you left a like on the video and subscribed if you're not already. But until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.